So as we are laying a little bit behind of schedule, I try to catch up by the time. But for those who were not there yesterday evening, I would remind that our dear founder and chairman, Mr. Robert Pittenger, celebrated a brilliant birthday. And I was looking for a quite nice poem, and I found the one from Matthew Arnold, a very good poet here from Great Britain, which is called Growing Old to 75. And let me just read it for you because it's beautiful. A person only 75 years young is mentally still vibrant and dynamic. He is quite lively and quite agile, and his mind is still brilliant. And if you ask him how he manages life, he says, I have been thinking. It goes sometimes forward, sometimes backward. Often, the big happiness goes by the wayside. However, the small happiness comes to meet you 100 times on some twisted path. You need patience and a lot of skills in dealing with the luck of life. If you consider in this world, it is best with us ordered where we get a clear picture of enjoying and loving our pursuit of happiness. And with confidence, trust in God, and serenity, we create eternal sunshine of a spotless mind. Never looking forward, never looking backwards, only forwards. And if you cry because your sun is going down, your tears should never hide you the view to the stars. So, happy birthday, dear Robert. So I was really delighted by your brilliant analysis, but I would like to ask you, as we are speaking all the time about China and in politics, we are supposed to speak with other and not about each other. So who has been to China lately and who has been really living there or just quite question? Yeah, one? Yeah, you can. Yeah. So I can just tell you, I was 3 weeks ago, and let me just tell you the very, very nice story to make you feel how it lives there. I was with a delegation of entrepreneurs, and we will visit the World Manufacturing Forum next to Shanghai, and one of the entrepreneurs, he lost his wallet in a taxi when I was with him going back from the trade fair to the hotel. So he came to me as I was the delegation leader and asked me, what shall we do? You know, I lost all my papers are inside my passport, and it's very important, my credit cards. So I told him, 25 million people here in this city, it would be difficult, but let's go to the interpreter. She might have an idea how we can go out and find your wallet. So she told me, well, it's not difficult at all. We will go to the next police station, and then we will ask to the police officer. So we went to the station, and it was a room like this here, and full of screens, and the screens were showing the traffic on real time in Shanghai, in the whole city, on every screen, So then the police officer asked me, where did you start your journey? Well, I told him this was the trade fair, and where were the hotel? Yeah, we went there. And when did you leave the trade fair? I told him, well, it was 4:45. And when did you arrive at the hotel? Well, 5:30. So then he was able, with a remote control, to find the place where the trade fair were and to look with facial recognition to all the cars who went on real time, So he found my face just within 30 seconds, and then he zoomed to the number plate of the taxi driver, and then via WeChat, within 10, 15 minutes, the gentleman was there, the taxi driver. He put the wallet on the table, everything was inside, and the taxi driver get added some social credit points on his account. So we feel very alleviated, but should we live in conditions like this? This is the big question mark. So I can tell you the German government, as yours in Italy, did a very profound research about the raw material deposits of the world. And we found out that 78% has been acquired by China. 78%, that's really threatening. And the materials, you mentioned it, which have sensitive issues for our electric car industry, sensitive materials like silicone, it's 64% owned by China. Cobalt, 68, lithium, 79, and raw earth, 95%. And now it's even worse because you need this material to build up, but you have to process it. And then it's even worse. The processing capacities are for silicon, 97% of the whole world reserves, cobalt, 92, lithium, 98, and rare earths, 99%. So it's already too late, I might say, and we should really awake that it's time to act, because if we are doing nothing, we will really be dependent on the long run. And as you mentioned, they already blackmail our economy with some really threatening things. So let me just appeal our African friends, because you did a remarkable speech yesterday mentioning that you are oftentimes between the Chinese and the Europeans. And you told the story, for those who were not here yesterday, that oftentimes the Europeans are conditioning their help and the Chinese are just giving grants. But it's very interesting to see when we have been in Congo, for instance, we have been facing entrepreneurs and also the Minister of Mining. And we had an entrepreneur in our delegation. He was constructing batteries for electric cars. And he was very much interested to get a concession of lithium, because 92% of all the world lithium reserves are in Congo. So then we met with the Minister of Mining of the Democratic Republic of Congo, and our ambassador told him, well, Mr. Minister, I never ask you for a favor, but Germany gives every year 280 million euros to ODA, the development aid, and now this entrepreneur is just looking for one concession out of 12, which you have in your country. So then he told us, you know, I'm so sorry, I cannot give it to you, to this entrepreneur, because they are all sold to the Chinese. So I told him, well, but the public tenders are not even published. How did you sold it? And he told me, well, you know, what did happen twice a year, they just come and invite us for some retreat. And then we are going, and then we are negotiating directly with them. So we cannot work like that. I cannot invite the minister for Germany to going for a retreat. So that's on your responsibility to just balance, because otherwise we will have huge challenges and problems. And the second thing I would like to mention, you just were talking about, are the standards. You know, we have been really aware that the Chinese, especially in artificial intelligence, are setting standards which we cannot bias so far. We have oftentimes global tenders, and our SMEs are telling us, I did lose the tender because I did not fulfill the Chinese standards of artificial intelligence. So that's really in our there is an association in Geneva who is setting the standards, and we should really become aware that we bring people from Europe, especially, or from America in these institutions, because otherwise we will lose this battle as well. Just to give you a figure, 10 years ago in this commission to fix the international standards of artificial intelligence, there were 11 Germans and only 2 Chinese. Now there are 13 Chinese and only 1 German left. So that's really for us a reason to act and to become aware that we should not leave it to something else. So my conclusion is, together with our African friends, come to Lomé, to our next forum. Robert is really very keen. It's on October 20th to solve and discuss together with our African brothers on October 20. We really look forward to see you there. Thank you so much.